So what was your first time playing D&D like? When was it? Take us back.
So my first time playing I was probably about somewhere between the ages of 10 and 11, and I'd stolen a little D6 dice from my buddy's grandmother's attic.
Oh.
And yes, very, classic Cameron klepto, stealing shit at a young age. Just, are you surprised?
No, not really.
Yeah. And fun fact, I actually still have those dice to this day. And I use them. So that evening, I grew up in a split household. So I had a stepdad growing up, and then I had a stepbrother and a stepsister. So this happened to be our weekend where we had Cody and Caitlin. And I showed Cody the dice, and he's like, "Oh, that reminds me of a really cool game that I learned from my buddies recently." And he's like, "It's called Dungeons and Dragons." And he kind of like walked me through this made-up module that he drew on the back of a placemat. And my stepdad kind of leaned in. He sees us rolling this dice. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And Cody's like, "Oh, I'm teaching Cameron how to play Dungeons and Dragons." And my stepdad's just like, "Oh, okay." And then so we get home that night, and I'm just like totally swept away by D&D and just like what you could do with your imagination. And Cody's running through all these things you can do and things you can be. Mm-hmm. And so we're in my room, and our stepdad walks in. He's like, "Hey guys, come here real quick. I want to show you something." And so we walk out and we go into the living room, and he just has like this plethora of old Dungeons and Dragons stuff, like from AD&D First Edition, like the Monster Manual, the Player's Handbook, everything. And our minds just blew up. We're like, "What? Like, you know about D&D?" He's like, "Yeah, I used to play it for a long time." And then we quickly, I think that weekend probably, rolled up some characters and started playing D&D.